Hello guys, welcome back to to Russian beauty channel. Now we have a nice accident at the beginning of this video. Our how we call this?
Candle.
Our candle
Had an accident.
maybe this candle want to go. Don't walk here.
Okay.
Okay guys, now we talk about the difference between Russian people
Russian difference between Moscow people
and St. Petersburg citizens. So both of these people are Russian, of course, and live nearby to each other because Moscow and St. Petersburg not very far from each other. So the cities about several hours by train. So it's not too far away, and you can, if you want, you can go to our kitchen. I start this video now, and these two cities call themselves like a capital. So Moscow is official capital of Russia, but citizens of St. Petersburg, they usually say that our city is a cultural capital of Russia. So this like both capital. Moscow is just capital and St. Petersburg is like cultural capital.
So actually people in Moscow and St. Petersburg, it's two biggest city in Russia.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of differences between them, and also they have some, it's like competition. I
maybe.
mean, people from St. Petersburg, they say about Moscow that, oh, people from Moscow, they're so not so intelligent, and they just like common people. They often haste somewhere, and people in Moscow, they call St. Petersburg people, they call them like, oh, they too smart, it seems. Oh, they are too something like this. So actually, yeah, we have some competition.
It's not for real competition, but people make jokes about these things. And when you meet your friends or somebody from St. Petersburg and you're from Moscow, you start like, in Moscow, and what do you have in Moscow? You're running all the day, like you go so fast in Moscow.
Yeah, so actually first, let's start about these differences.
Okay.
First one.
Let's say the speed of movement.
Yeah.
I could say, because Moscow people, they walk very fast all the day, everywhere. They just like running. And in St. Petersburg, people walk more calmly and not so fast. Like, oh, la 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 la.
You know, you could tell that people in Moscow, they walk in rhythm of trance, rhythm of drum and bass, okay. And people in St. Petersburg, they like listening reggae music. Sun is shining. So actually, St. Petersburg, it's very calm city in compared to Moscow.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay.
Let's me.
Okay.
We have a lot of different words for the same things. So as I said in our previous video, it was at my Russian Bear channel. I told about differences between words in different parts of Russia. So actually, St. Petersburg people and Moscow people, they call the same items very different names. For example, we call, I have no idea how it would be in English.
Which one?
Bordure и поребрик. Bordure. Bordure, it's not.
It's French.
Yeah, bordure is French word.
So, we use it.
Yeah, we use it. Bordure, in Moscow we call it bordure. It's thin stone which lay between road for cars and road for people. So this stone we call it in Moscow bordure. But in St. Petersburg they call it поребрик. Поребрик, you could translate it like ребро.
Rib.
Rib-like. So like rib.
Yeah.
Поребрик. Because ребро это rib. So another example, if you would call a bread, how you call a bread? In Moscow we call it baton. Baton, you see, it's also, I think,
French.
Yeah, it's called
Baton.
French baton.
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 Maybe not, I'm not sure.
But in Saint Petersburg they call it bulka. They call it bulka. It's
More
very funny.
Russian word. Bulka.
Bulka. Yeah, and we call bulka
Bulka is a
pancake.
Pancake.
Just cake.
cake.
So we have a lot of different words.
And for cart, you said funny. For проездной.
Yeah. Pass for train, for example. Pass for train, we call it
Train.
проездной. Train, we call it проездной. Проездной, it's like a train card. But in Saint Petersburg they call it карточка. Карточка, it means like карти in Russian. Карди. Карди. Yeah. So actually in Moscow we call it проездной and they say карточка.
I mean, yeah, so between
Do you remember something else?
Yes. Mobile phone.
Yeah.
We call
Мобильник.
mobile.
Yeah, мобильник, mobile.
And they say
Трубка.
трубка, like
Трубка, it's actually tube.
tube.
For us it's very funny because
Yeah.
we're Moscow people.
And when someone say, дай мне свою трубку, give me your трубка, give me your tube.
Yeah. So it's just a few words. Actually, shawarma, shawarma, a lot of words
Yeah.
different. It's funny.
And I think this difference, so the third difference, it comes from the different in feeling of citizens. So when you live in Moscow, and I live in Moscow, I feel like the city is something so big, so huge, and you have business area, you have different areas, and you can go there and there. But this city is just something that surrounds you in a very big, very big place. You don't know, you don't go inside any strong communities inside this big city because the city is too big to be inside.
And what is in
And in St. Petersburg, I feel that I think that people more like know each other and stay in some communities.
More close reality.
Yeah.
Even
So,
people who know themselves. I mean, in Moscow, yeah.
and among
true.
YouTubers, it's very.
Among YouTubers.
Yeah.
No.
So Moscow YouTubers not so.
In
close.
Moscow, people do not talk much even with neighbors.
Yeah.
So in Moscow, people more individualistic.
Yeah.
But in Saint Petersburg, people are more communicative with
I think
neighbors, with people on the streets. So yeah, we call sometimes Saint Petersburg. It's like big village. I mean, because everybody knows everyone.
And you know, funny thing that do you remember we was in Saint Petersburg at night, and this central street,
Yeah.
a lot of people from one bar to another bar,
Yeah.
they moving, they talking.
Yeah.
This
And it's
тусовка, да, like-
it's I will.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
So
I
of course-
steal it from you.
Yeah, is this yours? Okay.
Yeah, it's mine.
For number 4.
Number 4, Saint Petersburg. It's really night town. You see, we have a song about Moscow that called Moscow night, something like this. Anyway, I do not remember this, but
I don't know.
Moscow never sleeps. Yeah, this Moscow never sleeps. But actually, Saint Petersburg,
Never
it's
sleeps.
club city, capital. So club capital, music capital, capital of nightlife. It's actually Saint Petersburg, not Moscow. And you could, if you would go at night in Saint Petersburg, in the center, you just would be amazed because there are so much small restaurants, nightclubs, bars, and they're very populated. In Moscow, we do not have such thing. I think in Moscow we have like
Closed, big.
yeah, here.
Clubs.
Here club, then in very far corner another one. So in Moscow, to go from one club to another, from one bar to another, you need to take car. But in St. Petersburg, you just cross and go because it's so much stuff to do in the night. So actually, St. Petersburg it's night capital, and Moscow it's daylight capital. Okay.
Yeah, and
Moscow is more boring. Not so much drinking here.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I mean, so
everywhere in Russia, it's okay.
And next difference is between, I think, architecture. So in a few words, St. Petersburg architecture is more like European. So if you live in Europe,
it's more homogenical.
And
if it's word exists in English, homogenical.
So
the same. I mean, it's the same style.
Yeah, very. This city is very, I think, like projected in unique style.
Yeah, it's style of Pushkin. Yeah, style of Pushkin times.
Yes.
19th century. Not all places, but actually
center is quite similar to. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and road parts of St. Petersburg. It's also very unique architecture thing. We call it дворец-колодец. Дворы-колодцы.
I don't know. We have 30 seconds.
Okay, so a lot of differences.
And they have раздвижные мосты.
Yeah, they have bridge which go like this. In Moscow we do not have such.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah, we will continue this video one day. So please tell us what do you think.
And do you want to know more about difference between different cities? Thank you very much. Bye.
We still have 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, no, we don't.
No. Okay, Russian Bear was here.
Subscribe to Russian Bear because we had previously
link to my channel below this video in description.